What up, my fellow moviegoers? Welcome to another edition of What to See Next, a show where I recommend a movie or a piece of media for you to consume. Now, first off, I want to say thank you so much to all the love and support you all have given to me for my past videos, and I'm so excited to make more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's just get to the point. We are going to discuss Speak No Evil, a horror movie directed by James Watkins. The movie stars James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Aisling Franciosi, Scoot McNairy, Dan Hough, and Alix Lefler. The movie is about a family who meet another family on a vacation. They then are invited by said family to their home. At first, everything seems okay. However, slowly but surely, something sinister clearly rears its head as the host family gets increasingly more odd. This is a remake of a 2022 Danish film of the same name, which was directed by Christian Tafdrup. This was definitely a fast turnaround in terms of making a remake. Usually remakes comes at least a few years after the original movies. I should also say before I say anything else that I have never seen the original movie. I have heard that it's great, so maybe you guys can provide more insight into what might be different between the two versions if you have seen it. We are living in the age of remakes. Some are better than others. I am certainly in favor of original movies, but I am not anti-remakes or anything. If a remake is good, then it's good. I mean, just the other week I talked about Wicked, which is a movie version of a Broadway show which was based on a book based on an older movie, and Wicked is one of the best movies of the year, so if a remake is good, I recommend it. Speak No Evil, even though it is a remake, is incredibly well crafted, at least to someone like me who doesn't know the original. The movie is an interesting look into the human social psyche, how we treat strangers all in the name of being polite and courteous. Sometimes as people, we are willing to overlook others' questionable actions because we like to assume the best of them. As the practices get weirder and weirder, we tend to get lost in its gradual increase and just assume that everything is normal, unaware that the threat is a lot bigger than what it initially was. The movie reminded me of the frog in the pot scenario. Suppose you put a frog in a boiling pot of water. Now, don't actually do this, it's just a hypothetical situation. The frog would freak out and try to escape because it would be boiled. But if you put that same frog in a cool pot and light a fire under it, the water would get hotter and hotter gradually, but the frog wouldn't get that initial temperature shock, so it would just go along assuming that everything is fine until a certain point the frog gets boiled. Same thing goes for this family who gets invited. If things start out weird right away, all sorts of red flags would be raised and they would leave right when they get there, and then there would be no movie. But if things get weird in a subtle way, they are gonna choose to stay and turn a blind eye to most of it in the name of politeness. This concept is disturbing to me in that sense because I could honestly see myself trapped in such a situation. This is honestly one of those things where it hits a bit close to home. I'm a chronic people pleaser, and the idea of someone slowly taking advantage of me as I'm just going along with it is something I'm deeply afraid of. This movie taps into that fear for me, which is why it is incredibly effective. I have seen some people call this a social satire, and I honestly do see it. It pokes fun at the way people interact with one another and dials it up to 11, which results in some revelations and implications that are kind of messed up when you think about it. Let's talk about the performances. Everyone did great. Surprise, surprise. James McAvoy and Aisling Franciosi are creepy in this movie. Something is off about these people, and yet you can't pinpoint exactly what it is, and it makes you wonder if you're crazy or not. The whole time they are very nice, but every once in a while you will see that facade slip and it sends chills down your spine. The other couple, played by Mackenzie Davis and Scoot McNairy, also did a great job. You might think that their characters are dumb, but trust me, if you were in their shoes, I think you would do the exact same thing. The thing is that we as audience members are outsiders, so we might think that we are smart enough to notice all that are odd about the host people, but I think that most people, when they are in such a situation, would allow their boundaries to be overstepped, especially when it's such a gradual shift. The child performances are also very well handled by Dan Hough and Alix Lefler. These kids have great futures ahead of them, and their acting is on the same level as the adults, which is quite impressive considering kid performances can be a bit iffy sometimes, but they did great, and as a result, we root for them. If you are into thrillers, this one is a good one to check out. I'm interested to hear what you think down below in the comment section. If you enjoy the video, give it a like as it helps out my channel greatly, and consider subscribing. Let me know what movies you think I should watch or make videos about next, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.